Hypothetically, say somebody just got diagnosed with diabetes.
Right.
So, you know, I just came out of the hospital and, you know, hey man, I've got this thing called type 1. I hear you've got it. What would you tell me about the disease? What do I need to know?
Yeah. Actually deal with that a lot. I'm a mentor, ongoing, and it's for me, the way I approach it, I kind of try to assess a variety of factors, like who the person is, what they want to accomplish, where they've come from, you know, where they want to go, if I can. But the main theme that I have is that diabetes isn't going to stop you from doing anything ever, other than maybe military service, unfortunately. But other than that, it's, you know, that is in short my pitch, and I try to sort of figure out the best times to say it, but I've found that there are some people in the diabetic community, God bless them, who've had a different experience than me. I've had it for 30 years, but I've managed it well. It hasn't been easy. It's always hard work, but it's just something that's worked for me. And so I try to let others know that it's doable, because in spite of those who kind of share their horror stories, again, God bless them. I love talking to them and trying to help in that case as well. But it's bothersome when somebody's newly diagnosed and those type of individuals kind of get in there and spread the wrong message. And so, even if it's a message that eventually becomes untrue, let's say something happens, it's important to me that they know that somebody can vouch for living a normal life with the disease, because I call it doom and gloom, actually, in the media, and there's a lot of media hype, maybe trickling down from the type 2 explosion that we have in the States, and the media gets behind that, and there's a lot of good that can be accomplished, but at the same time, a lot of people just assume it's a death sentence, and it can be, but it doesn't have to be at all, not anything close. So, I don't know, to me, those are the most important people to get in touch with, and let them know from the start that it's doable. But people here, and you can see life-changing things in a positive way with midlife diagnoses. My 30 years, again, going back to your original question, I mean, I don't know any different, so it's always been in the same way that, well, when you were taught when you were a kid, you got to brush your teeth. That's just how it is for me. You know, I got to check my blood sugars, I got to take insulin. I mean, it's my mom passed away in '07, but God bless her. I mean, she made it her life mission to instill those, the understanding, the proper understanding, and the urgency of taking on the responsibility every day. And I mean, I have good days and bad, just like anybody else. It's frustrating at times, but it's you can't let it beat you, or I won't let it beat me. And like I said, there's not been anything that I can't do as a result. So day to day, there's frustrating times, sure, but at the same time, I'm constantly fighting, constantly. And now I have a daughter, 16 months. She's like a female version of me. I mean, she really looks like me, you know, and it's weird and it's great. She's amazing. But, in the back of my head, it's a concern. And so it's more important to me now, I mean, if that was even possible, to just handle it, and make it a priority, and because I owe it to her, Unfortunately, both my parents passed away, and well, biologically speaking, and so it's I don't want my daughter to have to deal with anything like that. And so when you have something like diabetes up against you, that, staring down on you. I think I was telling in the Behavioral Institute seminar last night, I was telling the speaker, I forget his name, that he had a picture on the wall. I don't know if you recall of different people's, how they sort of saw themselves as a diabetic with their family and life. And mine is kind of back in a corner like this with a sword and like a six-headed dragon. You're constantly just fighting off all the different things, and it's kind of dramatic. But I don't know. I think of those like Marines commercials, and that's that's how I approach it.
Do you think your life would be better without diabetes?
No, and I'll tell you why. I met Ryan Maloney just the other night, and he's 11, and he reminds me of he's got a lot going for him, sharp kid, but he reminds me of myself in a lot of ways when I was that age, and I love seeing that because he just wears it on his sleeve. He's proud, and he let it define him in a positive way. And though I go back and forth between not wanting diabetes to define me, which is important, the portion of me that is a diabetic that I will allow to be defined, I want it to be positive. Seeing him, like that, again, just reminds me when I was a kid and how I just, I don't know. I was never shy about doing my shots and having my snacks. I was in a normal, in certain new environments. You're like, I don't know. But it was funny. I went to a reunion, and one of the kids, I hadn't seen him forever. He's like, wait a minute. He's like, you're Aaron. I was like, yeah. And he's like, you used to take out peanut butter and crackers and milk every morning. I was like, that's right. And so it's funny. I mean, I hadn't seen him in such a long time, but he remembered me. I mean, we're talking like second grade, and that was how I rolled.